right? Let's talk about this topic real quick. Oh, let me gotta send a message real quick. Let's see. Oops. All right, let's talk about this. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock for this topic. Break that too. 450 interviews and no one hired. Let's drop that. All right, so tech company fails to hire after 450 interviews, says candidates are copying and pasting from AI. The firm claimed a lot of candidates are copying and pasting code without AI from AI without understanding a single line of it. That is so look, you can't vibe code your way into a company. All right, you're gonna have to know. You're gonna have to know some code if you're trying to. Let's put it like this: Wave Nerd does not have a programming background, so he can go down a token death spiral. And I'll actually show you something that I did today to fix an issue, right? But let's read this. A tech company recently took to Reddit to express disappointment after failing to hire a single candidate for a junior developer role. In its post, the anonymous firm revealed that around 12,000 people applied, 450 were interviewed. Jesus Christ, 12,000 people applied, 450 interviewed. However, it ultimately did not hire anyone, citing concerns that a large number of applicants relied heavily on artificial intelligence AI tools for coding without truly understanding the underlying logic. Let me zoom in. We recently posted a job opening on LinkedIn for junior front-end, back-end devs and QA roles, offering a salary range of up to Rs 20L. That's like Indian currency, right? India currency. Over 12,000 people applied. We filtered out more than 10,000 candidates due to insufficient skill set or resumes that didn't align with the role. Not because we want to be harsh, but because we don't want to waste candidates' time as well as ours by putting them through interview rounds only to reject them later. The company wrote, look, interviewing is super, super expensive. Shout out to Avocado. Although I think Guac AI would have been a much better name for Chipotle's hiring system. I used AI to help hiring go a lot faster. It says, all right, so we even allowed candidates to use GPT to solve problems. However, when we ask about time or space complexity or an explanation of the code they just wrote, many are unable to respond. Took more than 450 interviews for a single vacancy. No one got selected. That's crazy. Further, the firm claimed that a lot of candidates are copying and pasting code from AI without understanding a single line of it. This makes it extremely difficult. These days to find a developer who truly understands what they've written. We're starting to question whether we're making mistakes in our hiring process or if it's just high time for junior developers to realize the importance of actually understanding the code before pasting it from GPT.
Message.
The post has triggered a discussion online with several users suggesting that it evaluates its interview process. How about you evaluate your knowledge? How about that? You seriously need to evaluate your interview process and the time wasted on interviews. Well, that's fair because you did waste a lot of time. Either your recruiting team is bringing you bad developers or your process is having issues. Either way, wasting 450 hours to find one engineer is stupid, to say the least. I agree with that. However, here's the problem. Recruiters do not evaluate the quality of somebody's code. They can go based off the resume. They can go based off conversation, but they won't really be able to evaluate the recruiter's code. That's why they will send it to me, for instance, and I'll evaluate the technical project, and I'll either say yes, they can proceed to a technical interview, or no, this did not meet our criteria. So that way I might spend like 10 to 15 minutes. But that's also part of the interview, right? That's part of the interview process. Evaluate your interview process, highly inefficient. Don't blame the candidate. There are serious expectations mismatch. No, you can definitely blame the candidate. All right. Responding to this, the company stated the entire point is people are going to use AI anyway. So this just proves that everywhere and anywhere people will always run in the victim Olympics, right? Because they're saying people are copying and pasting code without knowing what it means, and they're saying, "Oh, it's your fault because you're like the mismatch." No, like we want people who know how to code. You don't have to do all the code yourself, but we still want you to know how to code. And they're like, "But that's not fair. That's not fair."
How dare you?
All right, so
Get a move on, back to work, chop chop, let's go. Come on, get a move on. Back to work, back to work, back to work.
The entire point is people are going to use AI anyways in their jobs as well as everyone does. So there is no point of saying to them that do not use AI to write code in the interview as well. The candidates should understand the solution and logic behind each and every line. That is our concern. That's our only concern. I agree with you. Some users also agreed with the original poster. Truly agree. Candidates nowadays are missing the core fundamentals. See, here's the difference. The people who agree are people who are actually working in the field, and the people who are disagreeing and saying, "Oh, you need to evaluate your interview process," are the ones who cannot get hired. Probably some of them who applied for the job. Your HR team can try to implement a resume shortlister and tech assignment before round before face-to-face. I agree with that. Looking at comments, I somehow feel people are not ready to accept that candidates are not good and just relying on AI without understanding the basics. Everybody is blaming either hiring process or budget issues. Commented another. But that's it. All right, that's it.
Every step I took alone, built a kingdom all my own. No more shadows pulling strings. I am light, I am wings.
I walked away, no chains to bind. I left the past, I cleared my mind. The road was rough, the skies were gray, but I broke free, I found my way.
I walked away, I broke the chain, left behind their endless reign. Tried my best to make it fit, but their world wasn't it. Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
I tried my best, I gave my all, but their world was too small. They couldn't see beyond their walls, so I chose to rise, not let myself fall.
Saw their ways a hollow sound. No real love was ever found. Left them there where they belong. Now my heart beats twice as strong.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Their whispers fade like distant songs. I found my voice where I belong. No anchors now, no shadows stay. I face the sun, a brighter day.
They wanted walls, I wanted skies. I couldn't live their tangled lies. Now I'm soaring, winds at play, dancing light in every way.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
Now I'm free, running strong. I won't look back where I don't belong. Left their weight in the fading dust. Freedom's here and I can trust.
I'm free, I'm running wild. like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe. I'm free, I'm running wild, like the laughter of a child. Free from their weight, I can breathe. This is my time to believe.